In regards to AI, I think it has to be adopted.
AI is scary simply because it is already more capable than us in almost any way. It is kind of unbelievable to think.
This ChatGPT can probably text your girl better than you can.
Ever since ChatGPT has been introduced into the ecosystem, it opened up Pandora's box. I don't think the world's ready for AI. I don't think the world understands where we're headed, the dangers that are coming.
But if you're the average person at home and you're watching AI continually take over the world and you're not at least learning how to implement it so you can benefit, you're toast.
Imagine this in its infancy right now, how it's gonna be in 20, 30 years when it's ultra developed. It's gonna be unbelievable.
Most people are going to be replaced so quickly. They're that boring. The average person at home, if they were trying to get a girl, would be better off putting ChatGPT in the combo than themselves. That's how bad they are. Most of you are not special. You're not. And because you're not special, you're going to be replaced by machines. And once you're replaced by machines, you're going to become useless. You're useless eaters. Useless eaters always end up decimated. In any period of human history, in any civilization, if you had a large subsect of the populace that had no purpose, they got decimated. So if you're at home sitting there thinking, well, I can become useless and the government will just feed me, I'd argue they'll starve you to death instead because they don't need you around. And most people are going to be replaced very quickly by these machines.
Will artificial intelligence replace your ability to be an engineer in 8 years? By the time you get done engineering, you get all your degrees, you're set. It's 8 years from now. The problem is the school system right now is still so unadapted to what is going to take place in the future that people are going to be left behind. You can program artificial intelligence and you can have your own scripts that could literally study all the tax codes and build for you a proper plan just as good as any person that went and studied a degree. But what happens to the people that have no skills? That's the big question here, is like, how do you deal with 2 billion people?
The future is very dystopian because in the future, the entire police force will be AI. It'll all be roboticized and robots have no soul. And then you're really in trouble.
And now what they're trying to do is introduce artificial intelligence rights. Have you seen that one? So if an artificial intelligence machine believes that it's human, is it actually human? And does it have human rights? If the machine becomes sentient and says, hey, I think that I'm human, therefore these people believe that now these machines have human rights, and that if you unplug them when they say, I am human and I do not want to be unplugged, it's murder.
As they reduce you to a QR code, as they reduce you to nothing more than a medical status as to whether you comply, because that's what they really want. I'm not going to sit here and say that anything's dangerous. What I'm going to say is they want to know who blindly complies and who thinks for themselves. And the people who think for themselves must be punished. How do you punish them? Well, you delete them from the internet. You remove their YouTube, destroy their Twitter, remove their Facebook, prevent them from using their bank, prevent them from going outside, prevent them from going to restaurants. This is what they're going to do to every single person. They no longer, soon in the future, they're not going to need a physical human police force because humans are human. As stupid as police can be, you can stand in front of one and say, my friend, you and I are the same. Why are you punishing me? And maybe you'll get through.
Think of how fast technology advances. Where are we going to be in 20 years from now? It's insane. You need to get ahead of these things.
10 years down the road, this thing that's going to understand and read all the tax law, that's going to understand all the criminal. Am I going to need an accountant when AI can literally run my books? AI is literally chopping up and editing shit instantly. Am I going to need a video editor?
Artists are going out of business. Musicians are going out of business. It's kind of scary. I saw that Sora AI thing. I was like, bro, even camera guys are going to be gone soon. Hollywood's gone. Actors are gone. Script writers are gone. Everyone's going to lose their job. Everyone. Because that's the reality. That's the basic. You either need 3 people to half do the job or you need 1 killer to do the job. And I think that those 3 people who half do their jobs, enough to not get fired, they turn up most of it on time, but they're not really that motivated. Those are the ones who have to fear AI. You're not doing much better than ChatGPT could do right now. I want to warn you that you're not doing much better than I could replace you with a machine today. The idea that you can just be Joe Schmo, do your job, turn up, I don't try that hard, it's fine. I think that's all going to go out the window. When I see AI popping up and getting more and more intelligent in the way it's talking, that doesn't scare me. I have a way with words. If I was Joe Schmo, I'd be afraid.
We're going to have 2 scenarios, the utopian possibility and the dystopian possibility. Utopian scenario, AI. We go into a Renaissance era where we begin to focus on skills like art, music, poetry, self-development, because we allow the artificial intelligence to do all the hard tasks that require skills like mathematics and engineering and science, things like that. We allow the machine to operate that side, so we go into a renaissance. That's the utopian scenario. If everything goes well, we enter a Da Vinci style era. The dystopian scenario is we don't adopt a lifestyle that is more soft skill based, and artificial intelligence replaces our hard skills and our ability to work, and we go into dystopian outcome where people and society breaks down.
Life for the average man is going to get harder and harder. It's becoming more and more competitive. You need to find more and more ways to stand out and be unique. And the only way to really do those things, unfortunately, as a man, is to suffer. I think if you're an exceptional person, a truly exceptional person, you don't have to be afraid of nearly anything. AI is going to make it harder and harder again for those average men. It's just going to be harder and harder. I don't think the exceptional men are ever going to suffer from AI. I think we're going to use AI.
What's it called? Sora. You've seen that. It's still in beta testing. Imagine we're going to be 10 years from now. And I think, personally, what I try and do is get ahead of these things. Well, and I see something like Sora and think, okay, that can make me a lot of money if I'm ahead of the curve.
And I don't know if the average cameraman sitting saying, they're going to replace me with this. Maybe not now, maybe not in a year, but certainly in 2. They're going to be able to ask a robot for the thing I would take months to film, and the robot's going to spit it out instantly. So how do I, A, integrate this with my skills so that when they want to use the robot, instead of asking the robot directly, they ask me because they can get a better result via me? How do I use AI along with my camera skills so I can continue to retain my job? Or 2, how do I diversify? What can I do that this robot can't do currently, or I don't believe it will be able to do into the future? But the average camera guy doesn't give a shit. Oh, camera guy, Sora, yeah, that's cool. Do, off the cliff. Oh, I didn't see it coming. How did this happen to me? Why am I unemployed? You're a useless eater now. Enjoy the concentration camp. That's what's going to happen. So you have to be paying attention and thinking worst case scenario. They're coming for absolutely everybody and everything.
You can't stop it. You can't stop it. Who's going to stop it? The governments have been running AI for 20 years. The entire financial ecosystem is already run on bots and automation and scripts.